are past due. The other thing, though, it tells us that the last time we marked lessons complete, it shows us this date. And since this is a demo school, that date is a little further in the past than would normally happen with a normal school that's being accessed all the time. But the teacher can look and see, well, 27 lessons past due. Oops, forgot to update some of the lessons that we had completed. So before we try to reschedule, let's go do a little bit of record keeping first, and let's pull up one of the courses that the teacher knows that there are a few lessons completed. Let's mark the lessons complete and record any graded results. And again, informational things that we can tell the teachers: when's the last time they marked lessons complete? April 29th. When's the last time grades were recorded? September 4th. Okay, so let's go update for our course Language 2. There's another student in the school, a second grader, her brother. And so when we pull up all of the lessons for Language 2 that haven't been marked complete yet, we see there are 4 lessons that should have taken place in the past week, September 1st through 4th, 1 lesson each of those days, that are not marked as complete yet. Now, in order to make it easy, you can see that we can mark lessons complete. We can also record graded results, but there are no assignments. None of these assignments had a grade associated with them, or record absences. So the thing that we want to do in this case is simply to indicate that on September 1st and 2nd, we really did finish those lessons already, but we haven't finished lessons on September 3rd and 4th quite yet. So as you can see, we'll uncheck the ones that are not complete yet. So we'll submit that. And now we can see that if we go back to our rescheduling, we see now that we only have 25 lessons showing as past due. See, so we have informed the system the current status, and now the system recognizes, okay, lessons up through September 2nd have been marked as complete. So now the thing that's really powerful about Homeschool Edge, that again is very complex, but we've made it very simple for the teacher, is the options for catching up in the schedule. We can either tell the system a date in which we want to make up all these overdue lessons and then get back on our normal schedule, or if we only want to shift one of the courses, we can do that. We want to shift all the courses out of a specified number starting on a certain day and catching them all up that way, we can do that. Or we can update individual lessons. But anyway, you see we have all these different options. No other software on the market can do what I'm about to show you right now. So let's select the option to shift all courses into the future. So first we have the option here as we reshift them to say what date do we want to start the new lessons. So let's take September 7th is Labor Day. Let's start school again on September 8th and shift all the courses to start on that date and beyond. We don't want a school on Saturdays and Sundays, so we uncheck any of the days that we don't want courses to be scheduled. And as a matter of fact, we could go ahead and also, because in our home school we don't school on Fridays, we'll not check Friday either. So we'll reschedule all the courses now. And you can see a recap now that says the next lesson is now scheduled starting on September 8th. Here are all the courses that just got rescheduled. Astronomy, there were 2 lessons. Handwriting, 3 lessons. There's that Math 6-5 course, remember that one, 3 lessons. So now if we go back to look at the daily classwork, or first, let's do this. We see that we've finished all of the rescheduling of those courses. Now if we were to go back to the rescheduling page again, you can see now that we have 0 lessons showing as past due, because all those unfinished lessons from September 1st through 4th we've now rescheduled starting on September 8th. So now if we go look at the assignments, remember before we looked at the assignments on September 3rd for Sarah? So let's take a look and see what happens on September 3rd. Oops, see, all those lessons she hadn't really completed, they no longer appear on September 3rd. So let's take a look. We said we would reschedule starting on September 8th for Sarah. So let's take a look at September 8th. And again, you see the real-time effect of now all those lessons for Sarah have been scheduled starting on September 8th. There's lesson number 103 of math, lesson 10.1 of astronomy, etc. So her schedule for the day is reflected by the updates we made. We jump forward one day to September 9th, and we'll see there's lesson number 104. The next lesson of math is right there. Lesson 10.2, the next lesson of astronomy, is on the following day. So all of that work that would normally be associated with trying to reconfigure someone's school schedule, look how easy and quick that was. Okay? So this gives you a great example of how all this works. And all of this is, of course, customizable to individual schools, because homeschoolers have different courses and different schedules that they want to adhere to. And so in this particular school, when we look at their curriculum, you can see the different subject areas like language arts and math and religion and science, social studies, and the different courses within each of those subjects. And if you wanted to see a list of all of the lessons, you could just click on, like for the math 6.5, we want to view all the lessons, we could see them all. Here's the list of the lessons for that course. Lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And it shows you sort of what the different assignments are in those lessons. So for an individual course, there's over 120 lessons in this math course. And they're all loaded into the system, and that way they can all be scheduled. And ultimately we can track what's happening with those courses and produce grade reports at the end of it all. Okay. The other thing, when we manage curriculum, if we wanted to, like I said, this is all customizable for each school. You can do the percent weighting of the different kinds of assignments. So in this particular course, a test is worth 75% of the grade. Quizzes are worth 25%. If we wanted to make tests 100% of the grade and everything else 0, we could do that. Or if we wanted to make quizzes 50% and daily class practice 25% and test 25%, we could do that. And if we did that, we could regenerate the report card and it would reflect those choices. So those are some of the key things about Homeschool Edge and how powerful Homeschool Edge is for homeschool families to not only plan but manage their school, do all of their record keeping, and in the end generate the grade reports and transcripts that they're going to need.